welcome back to my channel. Oh man, it's been a while. I'm gonna do a new technique today. So basically this is a technique I've done in the past, but I haven't done it on video. So it's called a reverse contouring technique. So basically I go really dark with my contour and really light with my highlight before foundation, and then I do foundation and setting powder over it. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys, so stay tuned, check it out, and let me know what you think. So I moisturized my face with the milk moisturizer, and now I'm gonna add primer to the pore area of my face. I'm gonna use the Lorac matte primer, and I'm just going to apply this to the areas that I have pores. So the trick to doing the reverse contouring technique is obviously we're going to do the contouring and highlighting before we do foundation, but you actually want to go darker than what you usually would for contour. So after we do foundation, we usually do like a neutral subtle contour color, but this time I'm actually going to go 1 or 2 shades darker than I normally would. So usually I would use the light trio from Vanity Makeup Cosmetics, but today I'm going to use the tan trio to contour. So you want to go pretty dark with the contour color, and then you want to go really light with the highlight color. So as you can see, the contour looks pretty dramatic. I actually got some on my hair, but we're actually gonna go like much more dramatic than we normally would, because we basically want to give like this really intense contour from underneath our foundation, because if you do it too light, then whenever you put your foundation over it, it's just going to kind of disappear, you know? By the way, I'm filming a TikTok video tutorial while I'm doing this, so I'm trying to multitask here. So far I'm doing a pretty good job. I hope I don't skip any steps. I'm gonna contour the cupid's bow a bit, even though my lips are actually really swollen today. I don't know why they look so like big. I haven't even put anything on it, I haven't scrubbed it. But you know, there are days when you just wake up and your lips are like kind of more inflamed than other days. Give my lip a nice little shadow, make it look like I just got my lips done. As you guys know, well, if you follow me on Instagram, I haven't gotten my lips done since last year, April. That's 1 year ago. Crazy. So I'm just gonna blend this with a medium-sized brush. You can really use like any medium-sized foundation, like buffing brush, blending brush. This is actually a sample from one of the vendors that I used to work with. Never went through. I'm actually working with a new vendor now, so soon I will have my contour brushes. So I'll have, you know, the applicator, the blender for different types of contour. So it's gonna make everyone's life so much easier. But as you know, my product is super duper creamy, so all you have to do is just buff a little bit. You can also do this with a beauty blender as well. Just gonna blend this out until it's nice and smooth looking. Just pretty much blending it into my wig at this point. As you know, honey, this is a wig. Of course, it's not all my hair. Ooh. My face is already looking super sculpted, but obviously very crazy right now, because, you know, we're going really dark with the contour here. So this is obviously not the color I would usually use. Blending the lips with an eyeshadow brush. Did I just swallow hair? Alright, so I also blended my nose contour with an eyeshadow brush. So at this point it should look pretty funky. Don't expect to look good at this point in the makeup technique and the contouring technique. Anyway, you get what I mean. So now I'm gonna grab a super bright highlight to go under my eyes and all my highlight points. So this time I'm gonna use the highlight from the light palette. So we're going super dark and then we're going super light. So just with a concealer brush, I'm gonna apply this to the areas that I would normally highlight. So we're gonna do the sides of the nose, under the eyes, and then obviously like center of the nose, tip of the nose, and then also you want to do the center of the forehead. Ooh. You can do the chin area a little too, just give it a little pop. So this is how your contour and highlight should look at this point, obviously before the highlight is blended. So now we're gonna blend everything in. So I'm using a beauty blender. This is the one from Dose of Colors. You just want to blend that product in just like you normally would. Obviously you don't want the contour and highlight to cross. So I'm just blending the highlight into the contour like I normally would. As you can see, you still see that transition between the highlight and the contour. So you want to do this as clean as possible. And then for the tip of the nose, you can just use like the clean side of your blender just to kind of push that product in. By the way, this cream has been on for like probably 15 minutes because my memory card ran out of space. I had to put it on my laptop, delete a bunch of stuff. So yeah, but it's still super creamy. As you can see, I don't even have to put like a spray or any kind of oil. It's like really, really creamy. So literally you can just leave it on and then blend it after and not worry about it like drying up. Just blends like butter. Now that we have a nice sculpted base, we're gonna go on to foundation. So I'm gonna apply the Hourglass Vanish foundation shade in Vanilla. This is my perfect match right now because I'm not tanned at all. So I'm just gonna put some on my hand, and then with a foundation brush, I'm gonna start applying this. Just gonna apply this all over like you normally would. And then just start blending. I'm trying to figure out if you can still see the contour from underneath or did it just completely cover. Still looks good though. You can still see that there is some kind of a shadow underneath. Alright, now I'm gonna set like I normally would, so just using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Gonna set the whole face with a setting powder. Same setting powder. You can even use like a pressed powder. So I set a part of my face with the Fenty Island Ting bronzer. I did my forehead, I did this side, and now I'm gonna do this side. So this is gonna enhance the contour that we did underneath setting. So it's kind of like a layering technique, if that makes sense. Kind of like a sandwich technique. You're trying to go over like all the areas that you originally contoured. I'm gonna apply some blush from the NARS face palette. It's called Lost in Luster, and it's like this really pretty peach shade. Just gonna apply that on the apples of my cheeks. For an extra glowy highlight, I'm gonna use the cream glow from my medium palette first. So just with my finger, I'm gonna apply that right on top of the cheekbone. And you just wanna press this into the skin. And it's like really oily, so it should melt right in. This is gonna be a nice base for your powder shimmer. At this point, you don't need to do a powder highlight over this. This will be like a nice kind of glowy dew, or if you want it more intense, you can go over it as well. I also applied some of that glow cream to the tip of my nose and also the center, and this just gives such a nice like dewy glow. I feel like you can't really get this effect with powder, and it really helps that it's like super creamy and super like, how can I say it, like moisturizing, so it just blends into your skin, so you can use it even after you set your foundation. As you can see, I used it on this side and also this side. So I'm filling the brows in with Platinum Blonde from Hourglass, and this is actually one of my new favorite eyebrow products. I'm like so obsessed because it's really hard to find like a platinum blonde eyebrow shade that actually looks like you have something on when you put it on your brows, because they're usually so light they don't even come up. But this is pretty much like one of the only blonde pencils I've come across that I can just literally use on its own and you can still see like the difference, you know? By the way, guys, it's really late, so if I'm kind of like talking weird or drifting off, it's because it's late and it took me hours to set up this time because I did like a new setup. I went to my studio, brought some of the lights from my studio to my bedroom. So yeah, it's been a mission filming this. Oh shit, I just broke my favorite pencil. Great. Okay, I don't feel like doing shadows, so I'm just gonna grab the contour color from my medium trio and I'm just gonna kind of melt that into my hand, and I'm gonna use that as an eyeshadow just to kind of give my eyes a little crease situation. It's like cream, so it's easy to blend too. See the difference? Bam. Actually looks like I have a little bit of a... My eyes are so small, so I always need a little crease. Just gonna set that shadow with some bronzer, just so it doesn't like move around, because you know it is a cream. I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs mascara. Don't feel like putting lashes on. Most of the time I actually just prefer mascara over lash strips. One, it looks more natural. Two, obviously, it's easy. Of course we want to put some mascara on the bottom. I actually didn't do anything on the bottom of my eye, I just wanted to do the top today, just to give it a more like lifted look. Alright guys, so final thoughts. I really like this technique. In the beginning, I was kind of iffy about it. To be honest, I have done this a few times throughout the years. I just hadn't done it in a really long time. But I really like it. I feel like that sandwiching technique just gives like this really blended, tanned type of look, I would say. I feel like I have to take some photos first to figure out my final answer, but honestly, I do like it. The nose came out really good. Looks really blended, you know, because of the layering technique. Anyway, I'm just blabbing at this point because I told you guys it's late. I'm tired. Took forever for this setup, and I don't even know if I even really love it, but I brought one of the lights from my studio here. Anyway, yeah, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you want to see next, and yeah, love you guys. Mwah.